Good morning, hello everyone, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. It's Harriet here and welcome to Wake Up with Harriet. I don't know if I've got anybody on yet. I can't see anybody. For us Aussies, it's very early in the morning and only the crazy people are up this early, but I'm not seeing anybody on, so I'm just going to keep talking anyway. So hello to my beautiful friends if you're watching now or you're about to hop on, or even if you're going to watch the recording later on. So hello. So today's topic is all about fear. And I'm not talking, guys, the fear of spiders. I'm talking about fear, what's truly holding you back. Because the reality is there's something that's going to be holding all of us back. I can see someone's watching. I can't see who it is. Good morning. Hello. Drop me a note so I can see you there. Don't hide. Be visible. So this morning or this afternoon, depending where you are, our topic is fear. And particularly for women, I wanted just to spend 5 or 10 minutes, and that's what Wake Up with Harriet is all about. It's just literally a quick soundbite of goodness to get your day going or get your afternoon going. Fear. Fear for women comes in so many shapes and sizes, guys. It comes as fear of success, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not fitting in. There's so many elements of fear that perhaps you're not even aware of yourself. And it can really, really limit your success, your happiness, your satisfaction in life. So it's one thing that we need to spend a little bit of time talking about. And what is fear? I think most of us know that we live in an age where we don't need the ancient part of our brain that used to protect us from the crazy cavemen and maybe giant spiders like this. I'm not entirely sure. But certainly we no longer need such an intense fight or flight response because we're not fighting off the cavemen and all the crazy shit that we used to like thousands of years ago. But that part of our brain is still wired to keep us fearful, and it's designed to keep us safe. Right? Designed to keep us safe. So I can see people are watching, but I can't see who you are. Show yourselves, people. Don't be scared. This is all about fear. Be here. So fear, we're talking fear. How is it limiting you? How is it holding you back? And again, all of those elements of fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being judged, fear of not fitting in. For women, that's a huge one. Fear of not being part of community are going to restrict you. And one of the reasons I'm doing Wake Up with Harriet is exactly that. In my corporate career, I've done hundreds of talks, trainings, led massive groups, 200 people, and had to lead these events. So I've had to stand up for 20 years in front of people and know how to do this. But do you know what? I'm going to let you in on a secret. I had no faith in myself to even do Facebook Lives. They scared the shit out of me. So my big goal as a business owner, as a female, as an entrepreneur this year is to step up and put myself out there, because while I'm not doing that, I can't help you, right? I've got to get out of my own shit, out of my own way. But it was fear. And do you know what? I'm going to be really open here. It was fear of judgment, fear of being judged. It's very easy to sit behind a screen and not do anything or be visible. But you put yourself out there and what happens, guys? You're visible. You're going to be judged. And it might even increase your success. So for me, it was all linked to being scared of showing up, being judged, putting myself out there. And another thing, and I'm sharing this with you for a reason, because I think some of you might resonate. I talked to my business mentor a few weeks ago, and she asked me straight out, Harriet, are you afraid of success? And I went, don't be stupid. Me? I've had really senior roles around the world. I've had lots of money. I've traveled. What would I be scared of? Me, fearful of success? And she looked at me and she said, right in the eyes, into my soul, and she said, are you scared of success? And I'm like, maybe. Who here? Hello, Susan. Hello, Susan. I can see you. Hi. Where are you, Susan, in the world? Is it crazy early morning for you? Tell me where you are, Susan. I don't think we've spoken before, so welcome. Good to see you. Are you fearful of success? What's your fear, Susan? Put it out there. yeah, and my business mentor said to me, are you fearful? I'm like, actually, yes, I'm scared of success. Because for me, it was linked to pain of leaving my children, having to travel all the time, working a job I didn't like and earning a lot of money. But it was such an unhappy time in my life. So I linked subconsciously, in the unconscious mind, linked success and earning money, good money, a high salary. I was an executive in a global luxury business, working around the world, traveling all the time. It was very glamorous, right? But I linked that pain of leaving my children behind on a weekly basis so I could travel to spend time with people I didn't particularly like, in a job I found really miserable with a boss from hell. So that was all linked. So fear can be hidden away and it can really limit you. So it's important that we identify it. So I'm going to give you some tips. Are you ready for this? Some fast goodness. Number one, how do you deal with fear? Particularly for women. One, I watch it. Can you see this? Can anyone tell me? Can we see this? Hi, Blondine. Hello. Good afternoon. Where are you? Are you in France or are you in Leeds? Where in the world are you, girl? Get your butt over here. So fear. Blondine and I have had many conversations about fear. And she's much younger than me, but we still suffer the same. Number one, guys, can you see this? Identify the fear. What is the fear? First, you need to do a bit of groundwork, a bit of deep diving. What is the fear? So you're going to, one, identify it. Whoop, that way. What is that fear? Like for me, it was the fear of success. For you, it might be the fear of judgment. For somebody else, it might be the fear of leaving a relationship because you are comfortable in that. And it's the fear of, what if you're unlovable? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not deserving? What if I never find somebody else? Even this guy or this girl I'm with is a complete shit. What if I don't find somebody else because I'm not good enough? Is that your fear about self-worth? So one, identify it. Once you've identified it, so use me as the guinea pig. Mine's the fear of success and really fear of judgment, of putting myself out there. Number two, hi Blandine. Ah, you're in France. I love this. I can see this and you're loving the live so far. So Blandine, two, she'll be very quick to tell me if I'm doing this correctly. Is this a legitimate fear? So you've identified your fear. Now what happens? Is this a legitimate fear? So is this for real? Like, not just talking here, guys, fear of spiders. This is Hagrid, by the way. Say good morning, Hagrid. I'm not talking fear of spiders. We're talking really deep-seated fears. Is this a legitimate fear? So your fear that you have, whether it's fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of not fitting in, is it legitimate? Or is this something, in fact, that could be dealt with? Now, legitimate fear may be something like you seriously are under physical threat. Somebody's coming at you with a knife or a gun, or you're a woman in a dark street on your own. They're legitimate fears, and you need to obviously take precautions to look after yourself. But if we're talking about these unconscious fears, is this a legitimate fear? Really want you to think about that, because this is going to help you to pull it out by the roots, get rid of it, and become that bigger, better version of yourself. So first, let's just recap. We've identified what your fear is. What is that fear? What's yours, Blondine? Living in France for the rest of your life. She's going to come to Australia. Never getting to Australia is her fear. Ask, is this a legitimate fear? Is it for real? Is it something that has absolutely got some grounding and it's a problem? Number three, what you're going to do, guys, build mental muscle. What do I mean by that? We go to the gym, we do this, don't we? Some of us do, or maybe you go walking. Who does yoga? Maybe you do yoga. But the only way you're going to deal with your fear is to do something about it. And I'm not talking about start jumping out of planes and do crazy shit, guys. You don't need to do that. Baby steps. You don't go to the gym. What's she saying? Yeah, so Blondine's just said living in France is, for the rest of her life, is probably the biggest fear. Oh, bless. Come to Australia. Come and work with me, honey. I've got so much work. I need help here. Build the mental muscle. And what do I mean by that is when you start an exercise regime or even you're changing your diet habits, You're not going to change anything by doing radical action. Sometimes you are. Most of the times you just need to build up slowly. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to start with some light weights, right? This is where I don't want you to beat yourself up. And as women, we do. You need to build your mental muscle, little baby steps at a time, right? Every day, do something that faces that fear and helps to reduce it down. So use me as your guinea pig. Again, I have this ridiculous fear of Facebook Lives, and now I've committed to Wake Up with Harriet 3 times a week. And it doesn't matter if nobody watches. I hope people do start to watch, but at the end of the day, this is about me building my mental muscle, building my business, putting myself out there and being in service to you. Getting out of ego, what's in the head, and really starting to be of much better service to you guys, because I can't help you. If I'm hiding behind a tree, I'm going, oh, I don't want to put myself out there. How can I service you guys and help you? I can't, but that's my own fear. So every day now, I'm building my mental muscle. And I know you may laugh and say she seems confident. She's had 20 years in these really high-profile jobs. You're a bit funny, Harriet. I know, right? Is this a legitimate fear? Well, not really when I pull it apart. Sorry, my cat is scratching at the door. I'm just going to, he's really naughty. Who has pets? He's very disruptive whenever I do anything like this. So these are the 3 things, and I hope it's been helpful. So what you can take away with you this afternoon, this morning, tonight, is if you're watching the recording, identify your fear. What is it? And dig deep. Like, again, for me, it was like, oh, you know, I just don't want to put myself out there. Actually, no, doing Facebook Lives, growing my business was really linked to success. And success for me had a lot of pain attached to it from a previous life. And, you know, some serious health issues that occurred from being so overworked and exhausted in that career. So once you've identified the fear, you're going to ask, is it a legitimate fear? Is this legitimate? And is it something I can really face and deal with? And number 3, we're going to start building mental muscle, baby steps towards what you're going to do each day to crush that fear. Now, the fear is never going to go away, guys. It's never going to go. It's always going to be with you. It's part of the human condition. But it's about how do you manage it. That's all. All right? So that's our first little session with breakfast, cup of tea with Harriet. No breakfast yet. Wake Up with Harriet, our first session that we've done of this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been helpful. But I really want you to take away with you that fear is the number one issue for women. And I'm not talking about for women who want to go on and have great big careers. I'm talking about women who just want to even get ahead, to have better relationships, to do better at university, to improve their career, to be happier in themselves. It's going to hold you back. You need to be aware of it and take action to deal with it. Does that make sense? Anybody got any questions? I know my business mentor named me the Queen of Fear, and I'm like, that sounds really scary, doesn't it? I feel like I need a tiara. It says Queen of Fear, but it makes me sound like a scary person. I think she means the Queen of Crushing Fear. But that's something I do specialize in. So if you're really struggling with being stuck and you know there's something going on, if you reach out, let me know, see if I can help. I am here to help and to be of service to, you know, the women of the world, to live bigger, better lives that are not reduced down because of self-doubts and fears. So reach out, just drop me a note, private message me. There's stuff that I can do, lots of freebies and things and resources that I can send your way. So give me a shout, and thank you for joining, Susan. Susan, so nice to meet you and see you, and I hope that we can chat again, and I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. London, my dear friend in France, have a wonderful afternoon. Message me, let me know how you're going, and it was good to hear from you the other day. But look, don't let fear stop you. I always say give fear the finger, and I know that's really rude, and I hope I don't offend anybody here, but you've got to give it the finger and put it where it belongs. Okay? I'll leave you to get on with your day, and thank you so much for joining me with Wake Up with Harriet. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Let me know if you want me to come back and talk about something else. Bye.